Welcome back to Limitless Drive, the channel where we dive deep into the machines that shaped American roads and the stories of the people who drove them. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of Chevrolet's most understated full-size classics, a car that rarely gets the spotlight but absolutely deserves it, the 1960 Chevrolet Biscayne, a model known for simplicity, durability, and that unmistakable early 60s American charm. The Biscayne represents an era when cars didn't need excessive flash to make their presence known. This was Chevrolet's honest, no-nonsense full-sizer, built to do its job and do it well. And over the years, it has earned a quiet but loyal following in the collector world. The 1960 Biscayne arrived during a transitional moment for Chevy design. The previous year's model shocked the industry with wild fins and space-age flair. But by 1960, Chevrolet dialed it back slightly, aiming for something cleaner and more refined while still keeping the drama that defined the decade. When you walk around a 60 Biscayne today, you immediately notice how the styling blends restraint with personality. The rear end still carries those sweeping horizontal fins, but they're smoother, less exaggerated than 1959's. They stretch across the back like wings, framing the wide, twin-unit taillights that would become a Chevy signature. It's the kind of design that looks bold even when the car is standing still. From the front, the Biscayne presents a broad, confident face. The grille spans from side to side in a clean horizontal layout, flanked by quad headlights set into slightly canted bezels that give the car a subtle forward-leaning stance. The 1960 models introduced a flatter roofline and a more conservative overall silhouette, yet the Biscayne still carries that unmistakable sense of length. At over 17.5 feet long, it's a reminder of the days when American sedans were built like rolling living rooms. The straight body panels, the crisp creases flowing down the sides, and the absence of excessive chrome all emphasize what the Biscayne was designed to be: functional, affordable, and durable. Even though this was the budget-friendly model in the lineup below the Bel Air and the Impala, it isn't stripped of style. The body proportions alone give it presence. The wide stance and low belt line show off a confidence rooted in simplicity. The Biscayne was designed for working families, fleet buyers, taxi companies, and anyone who wanted solid transportation without the extra fluff. But decades later, that simplicity has become a strength, making it a favorite canvas for restoration, hot rodding, and lowrider communities. There's something timeless about uncluttered lines and honest design, and the 1960 Biscayne embodies exactly that. Under the hood, the Biscayne offered several drivetrain options, which is where the car's personality really comes to life. The base engine was the dependable 135 cubic inch Blue Flame inline-six, an engine known for smooth operation and bulletproof reliability. It wasn't going to set any speed records, but it was perfect for daily duty, fleet work, and long-distance cruising. The torque delivery was gentle but steady, giving the big sedan enough pull to handle its size without complaint. For many buyers in 1960, this engine represented peace of mind more than performance. But Chevy didn't forget about drivers who wanted more muscle. You could opt for several small block V8 South, starting with the 283, offered in configurations from mild two-barrel setups to more spirited four-barrel tunes. This transformed the Biscayne from a basic sedan into a genuinely enjoyable cruiser. With AV8 under the hood, the car felt more responsive, more eager, with the kind of throttle behavior that invited long highway trips and confident passing power. Some Biscaynes were even ordered with the 348 big block V8, which pushed the performance envelope further and gave the car surprising acceleration for its size. The idea that this entry-level Chevy could be fitted with a big block V8 only adds to its appeal today. On the road, the Biscayne delivers the kind of driving experience you expect from a full-size car of its era. The ride is soft, almost floating, thanks to Chevrolet's coil spring suspension. It smooths out rough pavement, glides over bumps, and gives the car a gentle, relaxed character. Steering is slow and deliberate by modern standards, but there's a charm in the way the wheel feels connected directly to the front end, giving you a sense of involvement that newer cars sometimes lack. The brakes, originally drum brakes, all around require some anticipation, but that's part of the classic experience. The Biscayne isn't about precision driving. It's about the joy of motion, the comfort of a long, straight highway, and the satisfying hum of an old-school American power plant. One thing that stands out when talking to Biscayne owners is how practical the car still is. The engines are simple to work on, parts availability remains strong, and the drivetrain components were built to handle real daily use. This is one of those classic cars where you can pop the hood, and actually see the ground beneath the engine. Everything is accessible, everything is mechanical, and everything feels straightforward. For many enthusiasts, that's a huge part of the appeal. Classic style without the complexity. Inside the 1960 Biscayne, the theme of simplicity continues. The interior was designed to be functional first and luxurious second, but that doesn't mean it lacks charm. The bench seats, often vinyl or cloth depending on the original order, stretch across the full width of the cabin, offering generous space for passengers. The dashboard is laid out with clean, symmetrical lines and a horizontal speedometer that underscores the car's wide dimensions. Chrome trim is minimal but well placed, giving the cabin a bit of sparkle without overdoing it. You won't find power accessories or elaborate controls here. Instead, you get large, intuitive knobs, straightforward gauges, and plenty of room. In many ways, the Biscayne's interior represents the clarity of a different time, when cars were built to be used, not to overwhelm. Even though it wasn't designed as a luxury model, the interior feels surprisingly open and comfortable. The visibility is excellent thanks to the expansive glass area, making the cabin feel airy. The trunk space is enormous, capable of swallowing luggage, tools, or anything a family in 1960 would need for a long road trip. This practicality is a big reason why these cars were so popular with government agencies and blue-collar buyers who needed transportation that worked as hard as they did today. The 1960 Chevrolet Biscayne stands as a reminder that not every classic car has to be flashy to be significant. While the Impalas and Bel Airs get a lot of glory, the Biscayne earned its reputation through reliability, smart engineering, and understated style. It's a car for people who appreciate honesty in design and who understand that sometimes the simplest version of something is the one that holds up the best. Whether restored to original form, upgraded with modern components, or transformed into a custom build, the Biscayne remains an incredibly versatile platform for enthusiasts. Thanks for joining us here on Limitless Drive. If you enjoyed this deep look at the 1960 Chevrolet Biscayne, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your memories or thoughts about this underrated Chevy in the comments. Until next time, keep your passion limitless and your drive unstoppable.